And joining me now is another special guest. I'm joined by Congress MP, former Union Minister and senior Congress leader from Tamil Nadu, Mr. P. Chidambaram. Mr. Chidambaram, it is a day clearly where the only consolation that the Congress seems to have is in Tamil Nadu, where you are very much a junior partner, where you are going to, where your alliance has won, but across the country, the Congress seems to have had a bad day in office yet again. How do you interpret these results, Mr. Chidambaram?
Well, you can call it by whatever name you like, but I think we achieved our limited objectives in Tamil Nadu. We prevented the BJP from making a grand entry into Tamil Nadu as they hoped to do, riding on the back of the AIADMK. We lost in Kerala, and that's a separate, we should worry about it. But we practically blanked out the BJP there. Between the LDF and UDF, the BJP was blanked out. And in Assam, I do not think, and I repeat, I do not think it was, we were defeated, but we were not disgraced. There was no Tarun Gogoi, there was no Hemanta Biswa Sharma, there was no tall leader. Two practically young leaders, new leaders, Ritin Bora and Gaurav Gogoi, led the campaign. And they did, I think, a pretty decent job of getting a fair number of seats. I don't think we were disgraced in Assam.
Mr. Chidambaram, you're clutching at straws with due regard. Kerala has had a cycle of anti-incumbency governments rotating every 5 years. This year, the Congress has been unable to return to power despite 5 years of the left. We've seen what's happened in Assam. At the end of the day, the BJP has retained its government there. You've lost your government in Puducherry. You've been reduced to zero in Bengal. I mean, as a national party, clearly state elections seem to be a bridge too far increasingly for the Congress.
I don't deny what you are saying, except that I don't draw the same bleak conclusion that you're drawing. In Assam, we are poised to be a very effective opposition, just as you described the AIADMK's and Mr. Palaniswamy's role in the future. Why are you applying one standard to Mr. Palaniswamy, who is incumbent chief minister, and why are you applying another standard to Ripun Bora and Gaurav Gogoi? So I don't think Assam is a disgraceful. Yes, Bengal, we have to rethink everything. I have a very different point of view to some of my colleagues in Bengal. We will discuss that internally. But this was, at least as far as I was concerned, this was expected. Kerala is the worry. In Kerala, factions in the Congress were always there. They have been there for 40, 50 years. Congress A and Congress I, as they call it in the media. But they have won every other election. This time, despite the factions, or because of the factions, I don't know, we were not able to win as we were expected to win. Now, that is a matter of worry, which has to be studied very carefully. But the party in Kerala is still the best organized party in the country. I know that intimately. They're the best organized structure in the country. And I think the party machinery can be geared up and enlivened to win the next election.
You know, Mr. Chidambaram, while you hope to live to fight another day, what does this though mean for your party leadership? There's a sense of a drift, a belief that the Congress is not a fighting machine when it comes to elections. That it's all very well to make suggestions to the government on COVID, useful suggestions. The party seems to hit the right buttons on COVID, but the voter seems disconnected from the party or vice versa. Are we going to see at least some review of leadership issues, because there has been a group within your party calling for a leadership review? Will that happen, or will the Congress remain status quo and say, don't worry, all will be well after 5 years in these states?
I cannot answer the question, but all will not be well if we do nothing. The leadership at the last CWC meeting, or the one before that, has assured that there will be party elections this year. That is, of course, before the second wave of COVID. But despite the second wave, I hope that we can find a window to hold party elections in the Congress. But party elections to the AICC president is just one step that we have to take. There are many other steps which we have to take. And these steps differ from state to state. What is required to be done in Tamil Nadu, what is required to be done in UP, what is required to be done in Bihar, what is required to be done in Bengal are very different. But you also please remember that we won 3 elections, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and we have to ensure that 2 of our governments are re-elected, Punjab and Chhattisgarh. And we have to, Rajasthan, 3 of our governments are re-elected. And we win back Madhya Pradesh, and we increase our footprint in Maharashtra. So these are very different situations. You can't apply one yardstick, one formula for the problems faced by the party in each state. We need state-specific solutions, and I think there are enough people in the Congress who have the capacity to invent state-specific solutions.
Let me ask you in conclusion, what then for you is the big message that the voter, according to you, has sent out today? The sense I get is the voters have more trust today in regional parties, at least in certain states of the country, than they have in the national parties, and certainly not in the Congress at the moment. And the Congress doesn't have those regional leaders. Those who were in the Congress, Mamta Banerjee, Hemanta Biswa Sarma, left you, and they've done rather well either in the BJP or forming their own parties. Is that the message in a way, that regional parties are more connected than those who sit in Delhi and do their politics out of Delhi?
I've said this for many years. Regional parties are closer to the people of the state because the buck stops at the head of the regional party in that state. It doesn't travel any further. Therefore, regional parties are certainly closer to the ground, closer to the people, and therefore the people repose greater trust in regional parties. Actually, what is happening today is the BJP has supplanted the Congress, and the BJP is facing and will face the same problems the Congress faces. Congress faced and continues to face.
Okay.
Therefore, we need to reinvent the structure of a national party to take note of the fact that we are no longer 2 national parties fighting each other, but as a national party in many states, we have to fight regional parties. We may fight them as an ally, we may fight them as an opponent. But there are many, many strong regional parties which play an important part. Therefore, I think there are solutions. There are examples elsewhere in the world. And I think we need to reinvent the structure of a national party to take note of the aspirations of states and regions, and to fight either as an ally or as an opponent of a regional party.
Okay, so one of the big messages, clearly regional parties are better connected to the ground. That's one of the big messages that's come out of today, and the Congress once again needs to go back to the drawing board. Mr. P. Chidambaram, appreciate your joining me here on the news today. Let's turn from there to some breaking news coming in, and this is troubling news.